Hello, hello! Geekling here. Come on, chat. Work! How's it going? Genshin is currently updating. Apparently it had an update to do. So it's going in the background. But I thought I would at least chat for a minute while it's, thinking about its life and stuff. So, yeah. I hope everyone is doing well today. Ka-chow indeed. I'm excited to play more Fontaine stuff. Very excited for that. I think we're going to start with polls, question mark. I don't have a full 10 poll, but who knows? Maybe we'll get something. If not, then we will on Sunday for sure. Yes, but feel free to chat for a few minutes, while this is going. Yeah, hopefully this will be a chill time, despite the seriousness of the game right now. I'm mostly just excited to see more of my boy Neuvillette, alright? I have a favorite. He's definitely a new fave for me, so, yes. But yeah. Yeah. I wasn't expecting the game to have to update. Like, I sat down and it was like, yeah, you need to update it. I'm like, didn't I just update it for this Fontaine version? And here we are. So, I guess it was like a patch or something, but, or like the new event, which I will play that on stream as well. By the way, I was thinking of, doing all of the new Archon quests as they come out on stream from here on out, and also doing all of the story quests and story events together. So, yeah. Once I catch up on, Nahida's quest, I won't be streaming Nahida's quest because I already started it. But after that, I will be streaming every quest, that I need to catch up on. So, yeah. That is my plan, at least. Let's see. We're still verifying that file integrity. But yes. That was kind of my plan. So we're gonna go with that. But definitely finishing off our Fontaine quests first. That is going to be my priority for sure, because I don't want to get spoilers. So yeah. Spoilers, no good. So, yes. So I will be playing Genshin again on Sunday, probably kicking off that, part 2 of this Archon Quest, because there's 2 of them. I don't know if we'll be able to finish it all on that day, probably not, considering how long the Archon Quests tend to be. But yeah. I'm very much in a Genshin mood today. I won't lie, I was feeling, like, kind of burnt out with it for a little bit, but, I don't know, Fontaine has kind of rekindled my excitement for the game. I felt like by the end of Sumeru, they were kind of losing steam. The Archon quests for Sumeru were great, but I feel like the character quests have been kind of hit or miss for me. Like, they weren't really super memorable to me. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. I did like the story quests, but we also didn't, like, or the story events, but we didn't get very many of those either. So, yeah. And Inazuma, honestly, was just not my favorite. So, I feel like that's when it started going downhill for me. But Fontaine easily has made me, like, I want to get straight back into it. So, alright, it's loading data, so I'm going to come on over to my screen over here. Let me pull it up for us. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Alright. Sweet. Let's get into this. My chat's not in the right spot. There we go. Just want to give you guys a little breathing room. Alright. Heading in. Would you rather fight 100 mouse-sized emeralds or 1 emerald-sized mouse? 100 mouse-sized emeralds, because, emerald is like a wiggly noodle when she fights, so I could take her down easily. But she is big. She's tall. So having a tall mouse would be a problem for me. So I think 100 mouse-sized emeralds. Because they'll just, like... they'll just be, you know, flopping around a little bit, you know? I'm not a good fighter either. But, yeah. I think I could take her. Sorry, Emerald. Alright. I was just chilling down here. I was kind of running around a little bit, but I didn't get very far. Okay, who's ready for some polls? I didn't get quite to a 10 poll. So we're just gonna do singles. I am going to get into soft pity with this, by the way, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. I'm not hitting hard pity. So yeah. I am the one who wins our fights. Multitude. No. No, not the miraculous reference in my chat. SMH. Yeah. Hello, Kay. Welcome. We're just about to do some polls. Who knows if I'm gonna pull a 5-star. I'm gonna be in soft pity, though, so we'll see. We'll see. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is number 70 right here, so just so you guys know. I always get so nervous. Also, again, if it is Jean or Kuching, stream ends here, okay? I'm just saying. I'm gonna end the stream right now. If that's the 5-star I pull. If I pull a 5-star. Oh boy. I'm stressing! I'm scared! Go. I hate pulling in this high pity. It stresses me out. Okay, 2 more for today. Dang. I'm in soft pity now. Come on. Oh. Yes! Oh, you guys. I can breathe now. I didn't want to open my eyes. Oh. Okay. We're good. I got him, ladies and gents. He's here. Let's look at him. I swear my blood pressure. Look at him. I love you. I'm so happy. I have like nothing to build him with. So we're just quite literally have nothing. There you go. For you. I have nothing right now. But soon, I promise, little one, I will have the world for you. I was saying, if he didn't come home after everything I've done for him, pack it up. Pack it up, we're all done. All done with you. Alright, well on that note, I'm gonna defend you even harder in court, baby. I'm gonna prove your innocence, because you're a good boy. Alright, let's go. I think I'm supposed to be... I'm looking for clues right now, is what I'm supposed to be doing. So let us head on over there.
Too slow.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Lenny, you're such a good boy. And now it's time to save for Nuvulet because, oh boy, I will be selling everything I have for him. Oh, hello. Hi, everybody. Excuse me. Coming through. Oh. Hello?
Hey, you. Yes, both of you. Over here. I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
This isn't the Archon Quest, is it? Unless it is. Hi?
Huh?
No, it is, because she has the stuff on.
That's right.
Hello?
If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth.
Yes.
No. And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Look how fuzzy.
Well, you're right on the mark about that one, but who are you?
Who are you? It is, yeah. Hi.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
Can't say I have, no.
From mediating disputes and providing protection.
What
to
dapper
solve
men.
conundrums, you name it. Spina di Rosula does it.
Okay. That sounds great.
And I, Navia.
Ah, okay,
honor
so
of
she's
being
Navia.
president.
Oh, if you open the Paimon menu, she has it? I didn't notice. We're gonna have to take a look at that in a second. I love her design. It's so cool. Again, another really strong addition to the character designs.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
Look at her. She is slaying that Victorian aesthetic.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Thank you, Silver. Hello.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's
Okay.
various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Mademoiselle? What gives with the names?
She's clearly of high importance.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
I see. Man, we really don't have a lot of Genshin characters that really focus on yellow. I remember thinking that when I saw her for the first time. We don't have any, like super yellow characters.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No need.
Her hat is so cool.
Just Navia is fine.
Okay,
If you say so.
that makes my life
We're
easier.
members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
You are also here to investigate, I assume.
I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time.
The details on her, like, look at that. I swear they have absolutely, like, bumped it up with this, with Fontaine. Like, look at these. Like, all the details on her gloves and these little things.
Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Hmm.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
I see. Okay.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
I thought the same thing. I'm glad we're on the same page about that.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away.
Yeah.
Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Yep. She does seem to be a little impulsive on that front. I'll give her that.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Look, I wouldn't either, Paimon. She's being weird.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
I mean, when you put it like that, makes
Okay.
sense.
I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
Yes.
Well, I say it does.
Oh, she's Geo.
You won't hear any
Okay.
pointless questions from me.
We haven't had a new Geo in a long time.
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
No.
Well?
Not really, no.
And why would that be?
Because it's a serious trial.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Yeah.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent.
Thank you. I really needed your validation, sir.
No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact.
Yes. And we shouldn't let our emotions get in the way of that.
And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You pass with flying colors.
Sweet.
Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
If I recall, wasn't our last new Geo character Yunjin in 2.4? You're right. It was. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They really haven't. They've been neglecting Geo. What? Oh no. I mean, really, like, honestly, all of the new characters, for the most part, have been Dendro, which does make sense, but still. Now I have a ton of Dendro characters to build. Dendro and Animo are definitely the faves. Like, the 3.0 faves.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
I love the little rose details, like, up here. It's very nice. There isn't a single Geo character from Sumeru. Sobbing.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point, Paimon.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
Well, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about, so I definitely would appreciate having an educated look on things.
You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
Very true, sir.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
How can you tell, Paimon?
I have nothing to add.
Great, Silver. That's making you sus in my eyes.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
Will do. Okay, now to actually go look for evidence, which I was coming here to do. Hello? Don't throw me in a cutscene. I'm busy! Man, this really does look bad, huh? Can I just, like... Oh, I can't climb on the stage. Where are the stairs? Okay, we got stairs. Okay, good. Good. I find it weird that there's, like, the curtain is at the back. Doesn't that seem a little bit odd? Can you go backstage? I want to go backstage. No! I want to know what it looks like. Like, this looks like it's the whole stage right here, so why is the curtain at the back? Alright, oops, sorry, sir. Okay, hold on. E. Oh, we got a lot of points of interest. Okay, you, sir. Quentin, what do you know? Gotta interrogate the witnesses.
Has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
So the random number selector was on purpose? It wasn't random? Oh, it's covering the justice machine thing? Okay, that makes sense. I guess it is a courthouse, you know, before a opera house.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
I mean, the girl that was picked was the thief. She's already sus.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lenny and
I
Lynette with
assume.
their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
Also, let me know if the sound is okay. I want to make sure that that's all right. If it's too quiet, let me know. But yeah, if it's like, I mean, obviously with Genshin, it's hard to say if the person picked was the thief girl because everyone looks the same in this game. No shade, but they do. But that's my leading theory. She's sus.
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
It's a little quiet. Okay. I can turn it up a smidge. A smidge.
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
The lucky girl that later disappeared.
Yes.
Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
Well, that is smart. That is smart.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
I see. That is a little strange, huh?
I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance.
So, whoever rigged this number selector wanted that girl to get picked.
In other words, Lenny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
It doesn't mean it was Lenny. It means whoever changed the thing. Well, Lenny knew that she would be there, but didn't know that it would pick that every time.
That much checks out. Lenny reserved our seats for us, too.
Mm-hmm.
But you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Sorry to bother you.
Even though it's bad for Lenny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
The thing was, it would need to be a person who had access to the number generator. Unless someone broke in, but who knows. Alright, the random number selector. This device was used during Lenny's magic performance to choose a lucky member of the audience. However, the guards have found that it will generate the exact same number no matter what. Clearly, someone has tampered with it. Oh boy, that's no good. Well, our first piece of evidence sucks. So, we're not gonna use that because our the prosecution is gonna really get mad at us for that one. Alright. The broken magic box was left on the scene after the guards completed their investigation. Looking at it now, the water tank must have struck it really hard. I mean, yeah, it's really heavy. And it fell from the ceiling. So, you know. Alright, the line. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowell weren't inside that box at that moment, he might have dodged the falling water tank. Poor Cowell. Let's see. The rope.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall.
Yes.
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
I feel like someone possibly might have preemptively burned it a little bit. And I mean, that would also explain why it didn't happen during tech rehearsals, too. Because if it could burn through that quickly, then it would be, it would have happened during tech. So, someone must have, like, made it thinner or something.
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different materials!
It is? So somebody added something to the rope.
Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Seems to be flammable.
Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
Yes, take notes. This rope was used to suspend the water tank. It suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched on stage. The investigation has shown that the location where the rope snapped was made of flammable material, but the rest of it wasn't. So again, this would have to be somebody who had access, I would assume, because who else would be allowed in here? But also, who knows? Who knows? But clearly it was tampered with after tech. After tech rehearsals, so it would have, like, during rehearsals, nothing would have happened. So whoever it was had to be here recently.
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects.
As they should be.
The investigation team is still collecting evidence.
They should be prime suspects because, realistically, anyone who would have been here within, like, the last day or two to tamper with the stuff would be very high possibility of it being them.
The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is, please?
Sure. It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Halsey, the hit singer.
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show.
Interesting.
The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects.
Unless someone's lying.
Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
That is true.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
Thank you for letting us know, sir.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
No, I don't think I will.
It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Alright. Information about the missing lady's identity. Halsey is the missing person. She's a famous painter and came to watch the magic show in order to take a break from her own creative work. She isn't known to have been entangled in quarrels with any of the members of Linny's magic troupe. I mean, at least that actually is a good thing for us. That Linny does not have a grievance with her, at least. But still does not entirely prove him innocent yet. Alright, let's keep looking around. Are all the things on the stage? Did I get everything on the stage? It still says I have 2 more things left. Well, it says there's clues this way, so let's run on up here. Wait. Okay, you. Elzador.
I see that you're investigating the area.
Isildur.
Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
Wow.
If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
I don't think that's allowed, buddy.
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
That was an interesting moment, but it also could have just been part of the show. Did I investigate the water tank? I think so, yes.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
If I didn't check the water tank, I'll go back and look if these other places don't yield any results.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that.
I'm not sure about that. I don't feel like I don't feel like the added weight or anything would make it fall.
And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
I don't think so. I don't think that that's right because the end of the rope looked burnt, not cut.
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swing a bit in that case?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
Yeah, I think you might. You gotta go watch more true crime, buddy. He doesn't get it.
Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Now that is something I'm curious about, but I highly doubt that this guy's theory is correct. Let's see, during the switching performance, there was an audible thump that many audience members heard. My personal guess is that it had to do with the girl leaving. I think that might have been the moment that she left, whatever that meant. Let's see. Oh, wait. One more over here. Alright, magic box. It looks like an ordinary box, but Lenny somehow moved instantly from the stage to being inside of it. How did he do it? Can I go in, like... I wanna... Look, if I were here for real, I would be investigating how this trick was performed. Because I feel like that's very, very important info. Hello?
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah.
I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
At least she's chill about it, you know? You guys know anything? Hey guys. Do you guys witness anything?
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Lenny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
I've noticed that there aren't any boys, like any, like, male of these.
Yes.
Just a
After
thought.
the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection.
At least out of the ones I've seen.
So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
How about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
Unless, what if the thud was, like, the sound of a door closing? Like, those heavy theater doors, if she was in a hurry to get out, she might not have, or, like, whoever was taking her was in a hurry to get out. The door could have been loud. Possibly?
How can you be so sure?
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Lenny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I could
Sucks,
not
dude.
abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here.
Unless
Thank you for your help.
this
This
person
will be
is
useful info.
associated with the crime, which is also possible. No one left the Opera House during the magic show, and after the incident happened, only those who had their identities cleared by the guards could leave. Okay. I just need to turn my AC
Everything of note here at the performance venue.
up a little.
Paimon wonders how Lenny's
A little
discussion
chilly
with
in
the
here.
boss is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
I don't think this is not the time and the place to be excited right now, Paimon.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
Oh, he's sweet-talking the guards. That might not work well for you in court,
You
buddy.
may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Hi.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Our new friend, Navia.
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Heck yeah! I like her already.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation.
Her design's one of my new faves, too.
And these are my companions.
Honestly, all of
Would you
them
mind
are.
if I join as well?
What am I kidding? All of the Fontaine characters are beautiful.
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Yes, I want to see! I want to see.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Let's look. Is there a trapdoor?
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
I see.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here?
Right!
Where did all that go?
He was like all frantic about like the ornaments and stuff being perfect.
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon did.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row.
Ah, shucks.
The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board.
I see.
So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Okay.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box.
That's kind of what I figured. But I really want to know who gave them the okay to cut a hole in the floor. The passage linked the 2 boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley?
Yes.
The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
Gotcha.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
I see.
So that's how you did it.
And that's why it also took Linny so long to switch sides. Because he had to wait.
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
So what about you?
Right. You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by
Oh,
Lynette
so
listens
it's
to achieve that
fake.
effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
Okay.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
Wow, this is some high-tech trickery.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
Yeah, that's how that works.
So that's how it all works.
Especially with fraternal twins.
Every detail
But
you
yeah.
was more
I believe
amazing
you.
than the last.
But also, like, I guess it does kind of make sense, because if she was, like, going right with the lines, and she only came out for, like, a second, and was, like, kind of running around, so if she's, like, moving a lot, then I guess they wouldn't really tell the difference. A lot of thought was put into this, and also, again, I'm surprised the theater let you cut a hole in the floor.
And then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending.
Yeah.
And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to the stream.
But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
Bam, it's Linny. Yes. Yeah, just like swipe those bangs over and we'll be good to go. Yeah. So, what I'm starting to think is that someone forced Cowl into the box while it was down here, and while he was assisting at moving over, unless he was on stage. Was he on? He wasn't the one on stage, right? That was another helper, I would think. But this is my theory. That he was switched into the box while it was under here. It would have had to be after Linny had crossed. I think.
I really don't know how that happened.
I could be wrong.
If not for that
But that's my
interlude,
guess.
This would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime.
Right?
Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more
Hello!
leads.
Welcome, Norkia. We're solving crimes today.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, of course.
Thank
no
you.
need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Funny. You're funny.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
We're gonna save you. Alright, Linny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Linny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Meanwhile, having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interactions. Okay, so yes, it was not Cowl that was on stage talking to Linny, or in this case, Lynette. It was her assistant, not Cowl. So, that leads me to believe that he could have been down here in order to assist the audience member across, and somebody swapped them. That's my guess. Your character is so beautiful. I like it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, I am good. Thank you for asking. I hope you are also doing well. Alright, our on-stage magic box structure. The magic box on stage has an additional layer to its rear, in which Lynette, in Linny's clothes, remains hidden. She would appear at the end of the magic trick and lead people to believe that Linny had been able to instantly move to the box on the other side. The magic box at the center of the audience stands has 2 layers, and beneath it is an entrance to an underground tunnel. This is how the lucky audience member was meant to have been transported without the audience noticing. That's good. Great to hear it. Let's see. Okay, so. Interesting. I'm wondering if the thud has to do with this cart underneath. Did it run into something? Let's examine the ladder. A ladder is required in order to return to the magic box above. Okay, so that's how Linny got up there. We've got the board control. This should be the control device for the trolley. It seems to be able to operate automatically. Okay.
Huh. What's this?
Now, what is that?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Now, Linny didn't mention this earlier.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Good question.
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
A rope that has fallen to the ground. A metal hook has been tied to the end of this rope. Its use is unclear. Interesting. Oops. Vase. The
The
vase is
floor
broken.
is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
This is making me think that there was some kind of scuffle down here.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
I have to go now because it's pretty late here and I have school tomorrow, but I will come back to your next stream. Oh, thank you for coming and dropping in, even if it was just for a few minutes. I appreciate it. You get some rest and good luck with school. Kind of wonder if that is the rope that was supposed to hold up the water cage. Possibly. It could be. Maybe it was for a trick?
Oh, hi, my nose. It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear.
I subscribe to so I can find you easy. Oh, thank you! I appreciate it. It means a lot.
And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
I don't think so, because it's the trolley is on a track. My personal theory is that somebody got into a fight with Cowell, trying to force him into the box. Now, I won't lie, this also makes Linny look bad, because he would have been down here, but I don't know. I don't know. Because the thing is, Linny would have had to have seen a scuffle happen, either that, or it happened after Linny had already crossed. So, I don't know. This doesn't look good.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
I can't see vases the same way anymore. I know. I know. Hello, Broken Panda. Welcome. We're doing some crime solving. My true crime knowledge is coming into play here. For reference, I am not well versed in legal things, so I'm doing my best. There are many pieces of a broken flower vase on one side of the tunnel. All the water within has been spilled. Judging from the distance, it seems unlikely that it was knocked over by the trolley meant to transport the magic box. Where am I from? I am from the United States. America. Oh. Hello? Clothing?
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
Why'd she take them off? So she could sneak out? You think it was so she could sneak out? Because they said that they had to verify the identities at the door. So that way she could get out easily?
Her clothes
Possibly?
are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Linny didn't mention the guest having a wardrobe change.
Right. And do you really need to do that? If you're
When did the glasses get these on them?
Ugh, this is so confusing. Hannah doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
The clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. I think it's so she could get out. She could get out, like, past the guards and stuff. Because they had to verify everyone's identities. That's what I think. High precision is required to complete this magic show, and tracks are perfect for making the trolley stay on its designated course. Yeah, that seems pretty self-explanatory. Okay, we got some crates. All kinds of props and costumes are haphazardly stuffed inside. Okay. Alright. A vent! We're gonna look at the imposter vented, guys! Alright. The trolley is crucial for transporting the magic box to the other side. The culprit must have used this to execute their plan. Okay. There's a vent.
What is this place?
Looks like a vent, Paimon.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Absolutely.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
They vented! Yeah.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
I mean, if this is the girl who was the thief earlier, clearly she already has a, like, list of crimes. But I can't use that as proof.
In or out of here.
Other than that is to go through the boxes, and Lenny and Lynette were in those boxes.
Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
The tunnel vent looks like it could allow one person passage barely, but leaving along with the missing lady seems an unrealistic prospect. Have we considered that the missing person is, in fact, a suspect for this murder? Have we considered that?
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up.
There's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
I'll say.
Apologies for
And
the
unfortunately,
wait,
there is a lot that can be can be turned against Lenny in court. So, that is not good for me.
So,
not good for
what did
me.
the guard say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
Geekling is a victim blamer, confirmed. No! I'm just saying, we have to keep it in mind.
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement.
And how do you leave from the basement, pray tell?
The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
It would seem so.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable.
Indeed.
No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Lenny and Lynette.
It does. That's the thing.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Yeah. The one thing is, though, Lenny has no motive.
Charges and then
that we know
trial.
of.
So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice...
What if they're
hear
still
statements
in the
from
vent,
both
right?
sides.
We have to check the vent. The Oratrice will, too?
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
I see.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinating.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference.
I see.
Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Seems flawed, but okay.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neuvillette called the shots.
Yeah, I feel like that is not good, because if you're having a machine decide who is and isn't guilty, like, again, somebody could tamper with that, you know?
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
What's the point of him existing, then?
Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
What?
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
I see.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
That is true.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Oh, great. Glad to hear it, Silver.
Whoa, there's no need for that. Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options.
Man.
I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Sounds like we need to solve this case fast, then.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
We'll do it after we win.
I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon.
Just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Does this place have, like, an area we can cook?
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Okay.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
He just has this? Okay.
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
Okay.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Start!
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it.
How?
Please sit
They've
tight
just...
for a moment.
You
You'll
mean to
get
tell me
my
this guy's
awesome
been
snack
dragging this
up.
thing around? This guy? This thing?
These three
I
are
doubt.
quite the interesting group.
Must be a Spina di Rosula thing. Navia methodically handles the ingredients and pulls fresh macarons out from somewhere.
Good while it was still
I didn't get to read.
Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling.
Those macarons are huge! Why are they so big?
From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
Man.
I was applauding.
Never mind. You know what I said earlier about Silver being sus? I like him.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
I don't think that's quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks.
Slay. I mean, in this universe, they can canonically store weapons and personal items in pocket dimensions, so who knows. Also true.
Don't underestimate beating egg weights, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack.
Man, and we don't want that.
Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Only 3? Have you seen how big they are, Paimon?
Eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Thanks, bro.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon
What are they
mentioned
doing back
previously,
here?
The tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber.
Mm-hmm.
However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines.
Yes.
The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
That they do. Also, I think that Lynette is pretty much, she's pretty much safe, I think. Because if she was up there pretending to be Linny, then she would not have been able to go down and commit any crimes.
Exactly. Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
Apart from the twins, we are left with 2 other people. The missing girl and the deceased. Unless this wasn't even an intentional crime at all. Possibly. Who knows? Who knows? What if they're both at fault? I don't know. I don't see why... Unless Cowl... I didn't consider that possibly Cowl could have been behind this. Because, let me tell you why I think this. Cowl is part of the stage crew, right? And you know what I said about how they would have had to change out the ropes, change out the stuff after tech rehearsals, so it would have had to have been within the day of the performance. So, in theory, one of the stage people would be the most likely to be tampering with things. So, what if Cowl was intending to kill the girl with this, originally? What if that, and then, she, like, fought with him down there or something for some reason, and shoved him in there, and he was killed instead. And then she had to flee, because now she's a murderer, and everyone's gonna think it's her, and, and she has to get out. That's a little bit more of a far-fetched theory, but plausible.
The face and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel.
Yes. Or it could be an entirely other person, also possible.
Resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
Yes.
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Yes, that is also possible.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this third person even exists. And that's what I'm saying.
True.
What if Cowl was intending to frame Linny?
Of this third person.
Cowl could have intended to frame Linny and then his plan backfired.
But the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
But she had no way of knowing how the magic trick worked. That's why I'm saying I think it was Cowl.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off.
And the only one who knew that was Cowl, other than Linny and Lynette.
Any motive? The guards said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
I feel like we need to ask Linny what his relationship with Cowl was actually like.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet.
How come we're not talking about Cowl's possible hand in this?
My specialty after all.
I think I'm onto something.
And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest.
Uh-huh, Paimon. Sounds like we need to solve another crime, huh?
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Well, if you ate them, you ate them. It's too late.
Even you don't believe Paimon? How could you?
Look, I'm in a skeptical mindset.
If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Maloose, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
There's no need to do that.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
Oh boy.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
He still has more.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
The discussion that follows does not
Well,
yield much
that's it for
progress.
snack
Gosh
time.
dang it.
I'm going to have another look around the area.
I really think that I might actually be onto something. Like, if it's not Linny, I think it was Cowl.
I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again.
I think that we need to, like, chat with people about Linny and Cowl's relationship.
It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Alright, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go.
Bye.
I'll be back if I find anything new.
Awesome. Let's see, neither Cowl nor Halsey had a motive, but after having talked to Navia, the likelihood of a third person being involved seems very low too. The thing is, we can't ask Cowl or Halsey if they had a motive. And I honestly feel like Cowl could have had a motive. I'm just saying, we have not talked to anybody about that.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial.
Objection. Leading the witness.
Difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare.
I think it was Cowl. I just have a feeling.
Notes. They should help you review the situation.
Okay. We gotta change the time. Oh, it has to be the following day. Gosh dang it. I don't know. I don't feel like Halsey, it doesn't make sense for Halsey to be the one who did this because of the thing falling. Like, if she had just gone missing, now then yes, I would say it's possible that Halsey was trying to frame Linny for that, but Cowl dying just adds a whole extra layer, you know? Viewpoint. Alright. This is where I leave you. Good luck. Thank you.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
I have some thoughts. Please let me use my thoughts, game.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
It's gonna be like, alright, we're gonna blame Halsey. No! I wanna blame Cowl.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Thanks. Oh boy, oh boy.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
It looks bad for you, bud. Realistically, this doesn't look good.
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
But I need to ask you about your relationship with Cowl.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed.
Get out of here, Farina. Get out of here.
That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence.
I don't know about that.
But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
No, just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Hi.
Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Yes, that's good. Linny clearly reveals the details of the magic trick. Everyone in the audience is stunned.
In that case, I take your statement to be that...
His eyes. My goodness.
You ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
She's the prosecution? Bro.
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open.
She's
Mr.
biased!
Is clearly lying.
She's biased! This is not allowed.
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowl. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
What?
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Right.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
Is she about to mention the thud?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds
Yep.
or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Oh, he didn't know that?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How did he not hear it? Liddy, you're making it look bad.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh no!
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
They probably represent the Oratrice's stance on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye.
This is a problem.
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
I don't know what that means.
The House of the Hearth?
Oh, Fatui! Oh! Okay. They're Fatui!
No wonder they did something like this.
Oh boy.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
See, now the whole entire jury is biased. Oh
I have a
no.
feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Jeez, now no matter what I say, they're gonna be like, oh, he's guilty because he's a Fatui. Like...
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with
Exactly. Like, just because someone is associated with the Fatui does not mean that they are all evil.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute.
Yes.
Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose.
No, we can recover.
This was almost too easy.
We can recover from this.
Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
What? Gorley. Don't worry, Lenny. We still got this.
Why didn't you tell us this before?
Lenny and Lynette are Fatui. Gosh dang it.
Order! Order!
Yeah, order, please.
Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
It might be easier if you just say yes, bro. There's no doubt about a magician's ability to con others. Given how Lenny has concealed his identity, this could all have been set up beforehand. Yeah, it does certainly add a lot of variables that make it harder for me to control, Lenny. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine, right? The Fatui's all over the place. Along with other house operatives, there must be some scheme at work here. Oh, no. The trial's falling apart. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now my mouse is lagging.
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
So, he wasn't here. Where was he then? Oh, boy.
I knew it!
Now they're even more biased.
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
No! That's not how trials work. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. You might hear our evidence and change your mind.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor. Nuvalet, let me talk. My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are some things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
Man, if this is how trials go in Fontaine, then they really aren't in the Justice Department, are they? They're in the I'm deciding that you are guilty department. The audience members were so annoying, right? Like, literally? Like, I don't care what you believe. You have to listen to the defense. Because literally, it could change your mind. You can't just be like, oh, well, I heard the people who are trying to prove them guilty talk, and that sounded good. So, no need to hear the other side. Thank you. Like, no.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Look, we just need to figure out if that's relevant or not.
Order! Order, I say!
Yes! Listen to the man, guys.
Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
Thank you, Nuvilette, for being an absolute Chad.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you
Yes.
do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought.
Well, I'm friends with some Fatui and ex-Fatui and other Fatuis, so...
In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Get out of here. Get out of here. While court is adjourned, you meet with Lenny and Lynette backstage in the Opera House. Alright, guys. What was that about?
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
You really should have just mentioned it so that I could work with it, you know?
I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
I'm not against Fatui exactly. I'm against the evil ones. But I need... It's a little bit of a big thing to spring on me.
Sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry.
Hello,
and
welcome to
reasonably
the
so,
stream.
but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset.
Like, me not being in the game and stuff, I know that they're not all evil.
But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Yes. Exactly.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead.
I mean, I understand that, but also, this really hurts us now.
The truth is very
It's really hurting us in court.
Being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can we know this isn't a lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
No. I trust him.
You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too.
Yeah.
But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
At least, not right now. I've committed crimes before.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Okay, well, you know, we can always use the excuse they're not all bad people with that. But where were you? Where were you during the trip then? Because that's really the more incriminating one.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately?
So he was investigating the Oratrice behind the curtain.
During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Well, this is not going to be good to bring up in court, is it?
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box.
I see. So that's why they were counting.
So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
And what did you find in there?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate,
no worries. Thanks for coming in anyway, even for just a couple minutes. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground. But the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought.
I see. So, my theory about Cowell being bad still stands. I think that that's still fair. But also, like, how are we supposed to defend this?
After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to know how the Oratrice operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that thing is sus.
That's the only way we can save
but
everyone.
Still.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But, like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
You're lucky I've met a nice Fatui, okay?
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. And I'm gonna defend you.
Okay, Thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two.
I'll say.
If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
We already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
I'm not quite sure I get what I mean, but we'll find out. Alright, we've got Linny's statement. Linny claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Oratrice core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place, and thus did not hear the thud. Linny claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the chamber that houses the Oratrice core within the Opera House's underground structures. Alright. I don't know how I'm supposed to defend him being in the Oratrice area. That does seem like it could cause more issues and make him look suspicious. But we'll see what we can do. I still think that Cowell was behind this, but I do wish that we had asked him about that.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
Yes.
When
Let's
last
go.
we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Thank you, Kale. See you in a bit.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage,
We got this.
let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
Okay. Based on the opposition's account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statement. Oh no. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of fact and replace them with new inferences. Uh-oh, I might not be smart enough for this. Use your refutations to convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. The Oratrice will display such shifts clearly. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you can complete the cycle of refutation and unveil the truth. Oh no.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey,
No.
which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound.
Okay.
Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her.
See, I feel like that point specifically, like, doesn't make sense. Like, why would you waste time changing her clothes when you would just, like, get out of there? You know?
At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
See, this was planned so thoroughly to make it look like Linny, and that is why this is bad. Okay.
And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's
Yes.
description of the events?
I have objections.
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linny experienced and what he saw.
Okay. So, here. We need loopholes. We need loopholes. We can't deny that Linny went into the tunnel because that's going to make it look worse. So, I'm going to leave that one there. Let's see. He did not hear the thud because he wasn't in there. So, I think... Let's see. I think that this would be the Linny's statement where he could not hear the thud can be refuted here.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Exactly. Alright. So then the clothes. Let's see. If Linny was not in the tunnel at the time, then he would have been very confused when he saw the clothes. Because why would he do that if he wasn't even there? But it doesn't seem like that's what it wants. Let's see. Oh, no one even left the opera house, right? There would be no need to change clothes because no one even left. Well, no, that doesn't work either. I think I'm smart, I promise. I guess, are we just continuing from Linny's perspective? Probably.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual...
We're not actually poking holes in that, we're just putting our timeline in. Got it. Okay. So, then Linny knocks Cowell out. Also, not plausible. Let's see. The existing evidence indicates that when Linny returned to the tunnel, the crime had already taken place. So all that Linny would have seen was the clothes.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Ahem!
Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been...
So that could also be a suspect.
Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately.
Or it could even be the girl. The girl could have put Cowell in there. Wait, hold on. New theory. The girl gets out of the box to go investigate the Oratrice. Cowell sees her. She needs to eliminate the suspect, so she stuffs Cowell in the box, and then she goes and looks at the Oratrice.
The crime scene had
possible.
already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete
Also
the magic
possible.
trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Do they believe us? I don't feel like it's the strongest case.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that!
Good job, Paimon.
Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Yes.
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed. Okay, now I get to do the part I was trying to do before.
My reasoning?
Alright. The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill?
It was meant to kill the girl.
Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
Yes, we have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around. Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Well, do you happen to remember how you refuted Linny's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
See, your claim has also become a critical clue. Alright. The evidence that Linny was not in the tunnel when the crime took place. Let's look. Alright. Cowell's irrelevant. Let's see. I don't think that the information about Halsey is relevant. Let's see. The entrances and exits, possibly? I think maybe the entrances and exits. None of this is relevant, so... But also... Why am I missing some evidence? Why am I missing some? Uh-oh.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Oh, I picked the wrong one. Okay. Let's see. Well, I mean... I guess if the audience had heard it, like, if you were in the tunnel, then you still would have been able to hear the thump, right? I don't know.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why
Yeah.
he didn't hear anything.
Because if he had been in the tunnel, he would have heard it.
This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
How do you like that?
Well played.
To think you'd use such logic.
Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
It was Cowell. I don't know. I feel like... Okay, select the gear icons in the interface to check the corresponding case questions. Select answers and fill all the empty gears to verify the correctness of your deduction. If you have made mistakes, you must make another selection from the remaining options. Once you have answered all the questions correctly, you can complete this logic chain. Okay. Alright, how did the culprit trigger the onstage accident? Alright, starting with the guard's investigation report indicates that the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the ropes suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowell in the box below. See, I really think that it's Cowell. If Lenny is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Yeah. And what was the original plan for the performance? Lenny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported via a tunnel underneath. Yeah. Alright, having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of onstage interactions. Yeah. Let's see. So it's pulling up all of the things right now. So we have the dress. Who was the person who could have possibly committed the crime? So here, there's the probability of a third person. I don't think so. I think it was Cowell.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
I'm gonna select that one. Because I think it was Cowell. It's correct. Am I like big brain? Am I big brain, guys?
The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What if Cowell was just intending to kidnap her and have them both disappear, but instead she shoved him in the box and that's what killed him and she escaped?
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Yes. Okay, so we have... How can we envisage Lenny as having been unable to interfere with the crime? Okay.
The
Here...
sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Okay, so we
It
need...
would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. they would likely have bumped into Linny as well.
See.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell.
Okay, we know that.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention.
Okay, so for sure, if she was afraid of attracting attention, then that would be among our last things. So
the sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
let's see.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
Okay, so I think I want to select this one. And then I can prove there was an altercation because of the thud.
May have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Possibly. And then
no one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the...
Didn't I already selected that one?
We heard may have come
yeah,
from a
yeah,
clash
okay.
Between
I think
Halsey's clothing was in the
maybe we can select... Oh, wait, hold on.
Halsey's clothing
We need
was
the
in
thud.
The sound we heard may have...
prime suspect... Oh, wait, no, I need Cowell on that.
The deceased's name is Cowell. The deceased's name is Cowell.
We can envisage Linny because he was...
Linny was
not in the tunnel.
The sound we heard may have come from a
Okay,
clash
the sound
between...
the thud is what proves the altercation happened. Suspect is Cowell. Where did the missing Halsey go?
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances.
Let's see.
So, where would the criminal have wanted? It would have been tough for both people to fit in.
Possibly the vent? No. I feel like that one's not right. The other ones are correct, though.
Halsey's
the dress.
clothing.
Hold on, yeah. If she changed her clothes. Nope. This one. No one left. So something's still wrong. Because I'm missing that one piece of evidence. The criminal must have understood the methods behind Linny's magic trick and must have been in a position to easily modify the equipment. Leaving aside how he died, Cowell had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could likely have been the sound of Cowell and Halsey struggling. Linny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cowell to bring Halsey out of the magic box in the audience stands. But according to the guard's testimony, no one entered or left the opera house. So even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that they would be discovered.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
It's the voice! I'm telling you, it's the voice in the Oratrice's room is her. Like, if he went in, he's investigating the Oratrice, the conflict happens, Halsey comes through the vent, says something, Linny hears it but doesn't see her. He crawls back through the vent because he's running out of time. She could still be in there with the Oratrice.
How it is.
Has anybody checked in there?
This was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Like, has anyone checked there for real?
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
She might not have disappeared at all, guys.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Escaping from the water tank. Could it have been the water? Oh.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Oh, shush you.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Objection! Hold on.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Yes.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the
Yes.
The deceased's name
The
is
deceased
Cowell,
name is Cowell,
and
and
his
he's our
assistant.
prime suspect. And our final piece of evidence is
The vase was not broken by chance.
the vase.
It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
Hello, welcome to the stream. The water.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped.
Right, because we had no proof that it actually was a kidnapping.
Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes
Yeah,
behind.
that's right. She did do that.
If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound.
I don't think you're supposed to talk over people, Farina.
How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Are we now?
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment.
Thank you, Lenny.
The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him.
Exactly. And that's why I've been on to him this whole time.
But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
Right.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Man, you are annoying.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request.
Thank you, Nuviolet. He is,
Since
man.
the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress.
Thank you, sir.
Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
You are... I love you. Thank you. After some time, a guard returns with the news.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Oh!
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times.
I see.
One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty.
So what was he gonna use it for?
The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
Hey, sweet!
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Should we test it?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
The coincidence of the prophecy.
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
What?
Demoiselle, wait!
What is it?
What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Oh my gosh! I'll listen to you. Everybody shut up!
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. But we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues.
You are... yes.
Still,
you're so
let us
right,
assume that
Nubilet.
these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found.
Yes.
Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
You're such... oh my gosh. Having Nubilet on my side is... it's a good feeling.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Exactly.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial
All right.
sea.
It's time to solve the crimes. All right. So, the prime suspect is Cowell. What item did the culprit use to control the timing of the dissolution?
Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time.
No, not Lynette.
I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
Maybe something like that? Unless...
now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick.
Oh, this!
Because instead...
the hook. Hold on. Remove
There
this.
was something else.
I want this one to be the
Now it
hook.
seems like the hook rope was not meant...
Switch? The culprit
The
used
water
the
from the
water to
primordial
dissolve
sea.
Halsey. The culprit... what item did the culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the crime?
Lynette was in the magic box on... I remember there was something else within...
Was it this? Yeah! I'm smart, guys!
It's
Ace Detective Paimon, yes!
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target.
Yes.
When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top
Right!
of the box.
There were the ornaments on the box. And that's why it was important.
When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage.
Mm-hmm.
But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
It does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Did I get arrested yet? Not yet. It's only a matter of time.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Uh-oh.
What a humiliation.
That's why we don't make rash decisions, honey.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death.
Yes.
His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
New evidence, huh? Gosh.
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Unfortunately,
We were
no.
just
What do you mean,
inspecting the luggage of the other
unfortunately?
people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
Who is framing him?
That can't be.
sorry? It was going so well!
Wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning.
What's with the smiley faces?
To a swift close.
Sorry? No. Oh gosh, I have to refute the stuff again.
He did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent.
Jeez, this is not good.
Modifications to the props beforehand. His accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon.
No, I think that we would have noticed, like, blood or something.
As much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Mr. Linny.
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here.
Is there not?
Is this the end of the road?
No, surely we haven't used all of it. What? I can't even refute it?
I can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to
We're in trouble, guys.
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is.
I feel like this isn't solid enough proof. Oh, jeez.
My good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move? Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
What you got, Navia?
Miss, I must ask you not to shout.
Miss, shush.
Ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh right before your
Did she go
eyes.
down there?
Please.
What in the world is she saying?
Also, the one thing that we haven't used yet is the voice. We don't know who the voice was in the Oratrice.
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion.
Yeah, we can recover.
Once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette, give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements.
Man, they fixed the box.
But as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
What are we doing?
I understand.
Click.
And voila.
Oh, did they got her back? Did they get her back? Oh, she's there. Well, that's certainly a new piece of evidence, huh?
Interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
I don't know.
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
So she's already on trial because of the thieving?
I was hiding outside this room
Maybe?
listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial.
Oh, okay.
I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
I don't know how this happened at all.
Begin? I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought happened. I thought that she had run away because she thought that she would get in trouble for murdering Cowell. But it was self-defense, I'd assume.
What?
Is this literally going how I thought it would? Like, Cowell plans to murder her, and then she shoved him in the box, and he got crushed?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Huh.
I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one.
So she was the thief! I knew it!
That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
I swear, if I was like 100% right about this, I'm gonna be so shocked.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
See, that's what I've been saying this whole time.
You mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me.
Yeah.
He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes.
I see.
I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
See, that's what I thought happened.
Can a person even hide in there?
If they're a practiced hand at concealment, probably.
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Yeah, see, I knew it! I knew it! I feel so smart right now, you guys don't even know. I feel so dang smart. Like, when did I call this? Like an hour ago? I'm telling you, I had it down to the letter, baby. It's time to refute that reasoning, baby.
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, loophole time. So, number selector. Let's see. So here, Halsey dissolved. She didn't. She did not dissolve. She, let's see. How would she have reacted? Well, she would have attacked. Probably. Or that it was knocked over by her getting out. Don't know. Let's see. Well, the fight did happen because of the vase.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Yes. Alright, now if this is fully from Lillian's perspective, then... I mean, the random number selector would say that it would have been. That would be the beginning of her thing. I'll try it. No, I didn't think so. I guess the thump, maybe that could be our fight, possibly. Let's see. Okay. Linny entered the tunnel. Afterwards, he left. So we're going to leave that there. He did not witness anything. Cowell planned to use the prepared apparatuses for the magic tricks to dissolve Halsey from inside the magic box. As Halsey has appeared completely unharmed before all of our eyes, Farina's conjecture no longer holds water. And how would Halsey have reacted when the water from the primordial sea suddenly began to trickle in? Let's see. She would have
The strange
escaped.
sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Yeah. And then Linny was not the one who knocked Cowell out. She took off her dress and hid.
Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
Yeah. Perfect!
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time!
Yeah!
Having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved. He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief.
Right, she's from Mondstadt.
In by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lily-Ann back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lily-Ann came out on top, knocking Cowell out.
This is like mind-blowing, dude.
With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. I was completely right. I'm so smart.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
I see. So she was the one who took the extra macarons, not Paimon. I thought that was sus. But not sus enough, because Paimon is hungry.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Now, who was the voice, though? I'm still curious about that. Was that the Oratrice itself?
Bravo! Bravo!
Man, it feels so weird for people to be clapping in a court scenario.
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements?
You better not.
Please answer the question, Lady Farina.
He's so
Also,
done
if
with
I might
her.
add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave.
She's like getting ready to leave. She's like, I'm just gonna slip out. I love him.
What? Are you reading my mind now?
Some Archon of Justice, huh?
No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least treat me with some dignity?
Well, I mean, you're not gonna get much dignity from just walking out, lady.
Wow. Look at that. She's like a deflated balloon now.
For real.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events.
Thank you, sir.
The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen.
Yeah.
To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks.
I mean, it really was a good plan. Just didn't expect her to fight back, huh?
He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young
Look at
woman
him,
would be
he's so
dissolved at
slay.
this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim.
Dang.
Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Yay! We did it! Yay!
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be
right.
investigated separately,
Like, why were you poking around and stuff? But I guess it's not, like, particularly bad stuff.
this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Let's see. It's all like, Linny's guilty! He's guilty! Oh gosh. After all that, the Oratrice is like, yeah, he's guilty! Send him to jail!
Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Woohoo! See, I knew my stuff. I feel so smart, guys. The game was gaslighting me for a while there. It was like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong about that. It was the girl. The girl's fault. It was Linny. Maybe it was Linny. I don't know. But no. I knew it. I knew it, guys.
Great work, partners.
Yes. Couldn't have done it without you, Navia. You proved me right, and I like being
Thank
proven
you all.
right.
Thank you so much.
This is like the most big brain twist I have ever had, like actually predicted right before. I'm so proud of myself. Alright, let's not celebrate just yet. You guys are still in trouble.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn.
Oh. Right! He said that the water was in Linny's stuff.
How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Did he try to frame him?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery?
I laughed so hard when you guessed it down to the letter. I always have outlandish theories about stuff, so I was totally not expecting that to be right at all. Oh my gosh, I am shooketh. I'm shooketh!
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny.
Yeah.
But you, yes?
Right. Because ideally, if he had someone that was part of the guards to vouch for him, then, like, he could get off scot-free with it.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Your intuition is so cracked. Thank you. I am so cracked. I know my stuff. Literally, this has never happened to me before. Like, when I watch stuff, or, like, I'm watching a show, like, that has some kind of mystery, like, I'm literally always wrong. Like, but no, I guess my true crime binging really did pay off today, huh?
Speak quickly, unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders.
From who?
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui.
I see.
The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes?
I see.
Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
Yes, I want to hear.
Discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration.
Huh.
We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off.
So it's a drug deal.
The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
Oh, buddy? He done dissolved. He turned into water. Oh, man.
And now he can no longer talk.
Rip, dude.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Man.
An outrageous act.
All
present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Now, who is the boss, huh? Get dissolved, L. For real. Like, it's... Nothing is found on the scene apart from the liquid left behind after Vaughn dissolved. It has to be someone who is against the Fatui, right?
So, we're just going back now?
Well, the problem seems to have been solved. That problem was solved, at least.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
No, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you, traitor. How dare you? How dare you lie to me?
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me.
But look how cute he is. We're friends with Child. Come on. We out of anybody should know that a Fatui can be nice. Like Child, literally, he beats people up for fun, but he loves his family. So, he's a good person that does bad things. If we're willing to be friends with Child, why can't we be friends with Linny? Come on. And he hasn't even said that he likes to hurt people for fun.
But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
Just didn't want to see anyone be falsely accused.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight.
Is he, like, not actually, like, part of the Fatui organization? Like, is he just, like, descended from Fatui? Or what? Or is he, like, actually in it? I mean, even if he is actually in it, like, again, we've been so nice to Child. He's literally one of the harbingers. Like, you know? Child has done so much worse. Why was the Traveler so mad? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all.
They don't have parents? So they're not actually, like, born into the Fatui. They're not even, like, true blood Fatui. They have no parents! That's so sad!
That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then, too.
Oh. I see. I don't know much about the House of the Hearth, but I guess since it's under the Arlecchino's domain, it's technically part of the Fatui organization. Right, I totally forgot about that. Arlecchino, like, works with, like, orphans and stuff. I totally forgot. I noticed earlier how, you might remember if you were here for the last stream, but when they mentioned Father in quotes before, I was like, huh, that's weird. So really it was Arlecchino?
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
I see. Well, this is sad then!
Right.
I can't be mad at him!
I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past.
Yes, I want to hear.
Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets.
What?
To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks.
You guys did have the smiley face. You're right.
I took my sister.
It's all coming together
until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there.
Oh.
To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever.
Bro, I swear if the Traveler is still mad at him, I'm gonna be so mad at her because they're orphans. Also, does this mean that, like, is Fremine actually one of their siblings? Or is he just, like, another one of the orphanage kids? Because either way, that's so sad, but also, like, kind of sweet. Like, even if they're, like, not blood related, like, they still consider themselves siblings, and that's so cute. But I'm glad that they have a little family, either way.
An aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
Dang.
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks.
It's so sad.
He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he
Little
would then
baby
use to expand
Linny
his
and
social
Lynette.
circles.
They thought they had a family.
Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
I believe Fremine is just another House of the Heart orphan. Oh. Well, I think that it's really, really sweet that they still call Fremine their brother. And that they're like a little family together. That's like so sweet.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was.
Oh. Weirdly, Linny and Lynette are blood related despite Lynette having cat ears. Yeah, that is interesting. Though I guess where they would be fraternal twins. So they're not identical twins, obviously, because, you know, one boy, one girl. So in theory, if one of their parents had that, the cat people heritage, it could have come through in just one of them. It would be different if they were, like, the same gender and identical, but one had cat ears. That would be weird. But I guess with fraternal, it makes a little bit more sense. But still, I feel so bad for them.
After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
That's...
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned,
Dang.
This is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
So they were just gonna separate those two like that. And all of them are bad people. God. Right, like, this is so terrible.
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood. And the knave standing there in the darkness.
What?
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
I mean... Can't say I blame her, honestly. Maybe murder is okay. Wow. What I loved specifically about that shot of half of Linny's face was that it was the side of him without the teardrop tattoo. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
You know what? Arlecchino might be a harbinger. She might be bad. But in this case, she did a good thing. Let's go. You know what? I'm all for murdering the people who are bad to children, okay? For legal reasons, that's a joke. But you know what? People who are bad to children, they need to get out of here. So if Arlecchino is gonna do that, then I'm all for it, okay?
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer.
I'm all for joining the Fatui, TBH. For real.
The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you.
Aww.
Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here.
Yeah.
I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
Yeah, I mean, Arlecchino is after the Gnosis, probably, but...
She has her own plans.
Involving the Gnosis?
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Interesting.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
Oh. Okay. So there... Is the orphanage just kind of like a nice little pocket of the Fatui? Like, they're all like, oh yeah, we I mean, because they've all been through stuff, you know, if they're all orphans and everything. Like, and he did say earlier that all of the Harbingers have their own plans and their own, like, intention and stuff. So, I guess that makes sense. I mean, ultimately, all of the Harbingers are being told to do, as far as we know, is collect all of the Gnosis and bring them to the Tsaritsa. So, I guess, I mean, whatever method it takes to get that, you know, works. I mean, like, technically Child and Signora didn't they didn't like steal the Gnosis from Zhongli. Like, he wanted to give it to them. Like, they didn't necessarily say like kill everybody. It's just that they did because they were like crazy, you know? But like, it makes sense.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water.
That's
thus
true.
Further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Dang.
To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
That's so... I want them to be happy!
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
Man, I swear the Traveler's still mad. What the heck? I mean, I guess I can't completely trust him because they are still trying to get the Gnosis, which isn't good, but I mean, I understand, like, even if Arlecchino is taking the Gnosis, like, for bad things, like, Linny and Lynette aren't part of those bad things. They just want their home to be okay. And, like, I understand that, you know? I mean, yes, they did also release Osile, but that was kind of, like, that was their choice of, like, how they wanted to do that. But really, the ultimate goal was, like, just get the Gnosis, you know? Like, because they haven't gone out of their way to kill the Archons or, you know, get rid of them or destroy, everything, you know? Like, even if they've tried a little bit, they haven't, like... That wasn't the goal. The Gnosis was the goal, ultimately, you know? Right? Like, why not? You literally hear this whole thing. Like, how could you not forgive them? Like, what? They just want to save their home and their family. Like, come on. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I understand.
How can you say no to that face? Especially because, like, we've met people from the Fatui. Like, Child is not a bad person, and we know that, you know? And, you know, Scaramouche, he has been reformed as well. Like, you know, they all had their own brokenness and intention in joining the Fatui, you know? Dottore is unforgivable, and I hate him.
I just hope you can understand
the end.
That even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right.
Yeah. Except Dottore. Yeah. Right? Like, Dottore, out of all of the ones that we've met, genuinely, he is the evil one. He's the evil one. Like, Signora, she was pretty bad. I will give her that. But she also had a lot of brokenness happening in her, too, because of, like, her childhood and stuff, and the way she was raised and everything. But, like, Dottore is literally like, oh no, I just want to screw with people. I just want to mess them up. I just want to, you know, I want to ruin everything. No, I hate Dottore. I mean, he's cool, but not like a you're a cool guy kind of way, but just like a you're a cool villain kind of way. But you're not a good person. You're bad. When Dottore becomes the boss, I will bring my Triple Crown Kale to fight him and Wanderer. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's what he deserves.
Anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you as plain Linny.
Oh, I understand. Head pats, head pats.
Bye, Linny.
Bro, now they're gone. I can't talk to them anymore. Oh no, I'm so mad. I'm so mad at the Traveler. Why would you do that? Bro, that wasn't nice. D-Luke too, yes, absolutely.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
I'm sad.
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial
We need a fourth, maybe Kazuha. I mean, he killed his ancestor. That's true, he did. Either that or, like, just Kaya. Just because I'm sure he's got some grievances with the guy, too. Nahida also works. I'm sorry, Navia.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was kinda only trying to defend Liddy.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now?
I mean, Paimon, we've already saved, like, 4 nations.
And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
True, we need them to allow bringing every character in the game at once for the Dottore fight so they can all get a shot in. Exactly. Dottore really is the true evil guy.
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all.
Yeah. We're not here to fix your nation's problems. Except we totally are, because that's how this game works.
Sorry.
We're gonna get roped in somehow.
Don't say that, Navia.
Oh, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer.
Aww.
Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
We were.
Well,
We're the detective
I'd just
squad.
like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later.
I like it.
Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Well, I'm hungry, so let's go.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss knows he's treating, count Paimon in.
Yeah.
Wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
That sounds great.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Dang, we did it! My gosh. I don't even know what to say. I'm so shooketh. I'm just shooketh. What? There's so much information going into my tiny, tiny brain. Man, I'm so, just in shock. Man, that was so good, though. That was so good. Genuinely, I felt smart. I felt emotions. I felt the justice. I felt it. And I love Lenny, and I'm glad that I defended him until the very end because I love him. Oh, so welcome back. Wow. I am woo, you know? That was so good. And there's still one more Archon Quest left, but I won't be starting that today. I'm going to begin that one. I will be starting that one on Sunday. So, because I've already been streaming for a while, and I have to leave earlier today, so that's why the stream is earlier. But yeah, but this was very, very fun. Let's see, we've got an achievement. We did it. Get those Primo Gems. It's what we deserve for everything we went through. Let's look at our boy again. I have to favorite him. There we go. You. Well, we beat our case. We beat the trial. It was good stuff. Alright, let's ascend you, baby. Oh, of course his ascension material is the roses.
I thought you'd ask me to perform some magic with these materials.
I love him. Oh my gosh. Give me that. Head pats, head pats. Head pats for everything you've gone through. I love you. Look at him. I hope the Traveler comes around because look at him. Literally, oh my gosh. Why don't we go through his voice lines together as our final activity for today? We'll read his story too. Alright, character details. Let's go. To heal my soul. The people of Fontaine love their tales of mystery. The intricate case setups and unexpected twists and turns are captivating for all. Magic recreates this experience under the converging spotlights. For the price of a ticket and some of your free time, you can embark on a wondrous journey amidst thunderous applause and astounded cries. If you were to ask around as to which of Fontaine's guides is best at setting up such fantastical tours, most fans will tell you that it is Lenny. Suave, romantic, and talented, he performs a miracle after miracle with casual air. In this industry, one needs only a stable of staple tricks to ensure a renowned reputation and comfortable life. However, Lenny's shows always feature some new trick. Some say that he was born into poverty, and the resultant burning hunger for fame and fortune drives his boundless desire to create. In truth, he simply pursues novelty in his capacity as a performer. Indeed, he feels that if he cannot put his whole heart into the show, his deep desire to perform cannot be fully satiated. That is why, despite the applause rising to a fever pitch and beyond, he will rarely satisfy the crowd's calls for a reprise of his most well-known tricks. Some devoted fans consider this to be a bit of a shame, and for them such regret will only continue to increase each time they purchase a ticket and go in to watch his show. Wow. He's a stable boy. Just not emotionally. Alright, let's look at his voice lines. Let's look.
This is no mere illusion. 'Tis I, Linny, the greatest magician in all Tevat. How are we feeling today? Excited?
Yes.
Surprised? Oh, you're curious how I appeared in front of you like this? Well, your eyes are like topaz, precious, pure, and lovely. I like them. I've decided I'm going to put on a show just for you. Watch carefully now. Blink and you might miss it.
He's the Riz Lord. He's the Riz Lord. He's like, oh, you have yellow eyeballs. I like it. Oh, I love him so much. I love him so, so much.
This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you?
Yes.
I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure.
Oh, I love their dynamic so much. It brings me so much joy. Honestly, it reminds me of me and Emerald. Me being Lynette, honestly. She's just like, she's much more like clingy than I am. That's how it feels. People keep talking about Linny's voice lines giving away how hopelessly in love he is with the Traveler. To be fair, everyone is. Everyone is to some degree.
So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off.
Yeah.
There's no way we'll be able to see the stars tonight in this weather. Unless I try making the stars appear anyway.
Yeah, you can do it.
Great, the weather's clearing up. I wonder if there's someone up there performing magic too.
Oh. I love his voice lines. They're so neat.
I've heard some say that when you sneeze, it means that someone's thinking about you. Is it Lynette, I wonder? Or is it you?
It was me. You're right. It was me. Oh my goodness. Little sneeze. Bless you, baby. Bless you.
Whoa, that was close. If this wind blows my hat off, all the props I keep inside it would come tumbling down onto my head.
Man, all those props he's keeping in there. You know how Linny compared the Traveler's eyes to Topaz? Topaz is a symbol of love and affection. Oh, goodness. A new ship is blossoming.
The wind is really picking up. All my magic cards! Wait! Oh, no, not that way! Come back! Come to Linny!
Bye. Your cards are gone. Rizology. He's a PhD in Rizology.
Come on, just 5 more minutes. Huh? Oh, it's you. I thought it was the radiance of the sunlight on my skin that I felt. Turns out it was your radiance all along.
I think I see what you mean, Kay. It was your radiance. You're beautiful. Also, like, this is one of the first people who, like, you're waking them up. They're not waking you up.
I'm going to check out some products used for magic tricks later this afternoon. Perhaps they'll spark some inspiration for some new tricks.
He can't stop raising up the Traveler. He just can't.
Don't be shy. You know you want to. You can feed some of my animal assistants I use in my shows. I'm sure you'll get along great.
Yes, give me the animals.
Good evening. The great magician Linny will be performing later tonight. But I'm sure you didn't need me to tell you that.
I still just can't. I can't. I need someone to animate Linny's voice lines over Blade. Please, I need that. I gotta take notes for Aves. Heck yes, please do.
I should probably emphasize again that I'm rarely so open with anyone. I guess it's because you're not just anyone.
Wow! No, he really is into the Traveler. What?
Wow, you're not beating around the bush. Let me put it this way. Delicious berries must often grow in areas thick with thorns. Otherwise, they would be devoured by greedy foxes. This is what we call self-defense. I mean, sure, I don't mind telling some small lies to others at times, but between the two of us, I've never done anything worse than omitting a minor detail here and there, right?
You know, something tells me, considering the quest I just played, not quite true, but that's okay. I forgive you.
Magic isn't just a performance art. It's also a way of thinking.
Opens CapCut, please.
Many things in this world seem simple at first glance, but play host to all sorts of secrets if you look deeper.
Wow.
Cats can use their ears
Kitties
to express their feelings. If they flatten them backwards, it indicates fear or caution. And if their ears are perked up and occasionally face forward, that usually means they're happy. Constant swiveling indicates that they are vigilantly assessing their surroundings. How do I know this? Experience and observation.
He's been watching Lynette. Aves and Linny would actually get along so well. Yes, absolutely.
It seems we're both keenly interested in each other. Well, know that the honor is mine. Relax. I couldn't ever tell lies to your mesmerizing eyes, not even if I tried.
It's like, I don't know if he's like... Is he like the type where he just like flirts to be funny? Or does he mean it? Because like... Yeah. No thanks, Ghost. Something tells me it's not real. I just have a hunch.
Hey, what do we have here? Ah, a cute little white rabbit. You like it? Curious about when it got here? You should be. The look of amazement on our audience's face is what we magicians love the most.
I literally love him. I love him.
What to do, what to do. The thing that troubles me is the fact that you can even think of troubling things when you have such a great magician like myself standing right in front of you.
Oh my gosh. He's so stupid. Man. I love it. Oh, that. Is that a recognizable scam or something? I don't know. I don't trust. I know trust. Either way, I already pulled my boy, so I'm good. I'm good.
See this fishbowl? Come, put your hand inside it. Filled with just ordinary water, right? Are you sure? Then let's begin. See this cloth? I'm going to cover the bowl with it, and... well, what do you know? There's a fish in there now.
Yay!
How is that? Maybe this fun little performance could earn me one of your very own fish dishes.
Of course, Linny. Anything you ask for. Honestly, like, I knew that I was gonna like Linny, but I didn't know I was gonna like him this much. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy I have him.
Our performances require that Lynette and I have matching physiques, so we have to avoid eating any oily food. Now, that's not a huge problem for me, but it can be tough for my sister. The fried fish they sell on the street smells amazing after all.
Oh, you did get a free Genshin code when you bought Nitro, but it's a Nitro thing. Yeah, no. Look, I might be a streamer, but look, I don't make money. I am broke. Nobody No, I can't afford Nitro. It's fine. I have to pay for all my Crunchyroll subscriptions and that stuff, so nah. Priorities.
It's quite an honor to enjoy such wonderful food made by you.
Aww.
My, this is delicious. You're quite the cook. Thanks for the treat.
Of course. Okay, now what's he gonna say if you give him something he doesn't like?
Would you like to see a magic trick? Now, let me place this ordinary cloth on top of the dish. Count down with me. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Where'd the food go?
Oh boy. Yeah, don't send the code, please. Don't send it. I prefer we don't send codes in the chat just because they might not be safe. Okay? We'll time you out if you do that.
I have a feather here, just an ordinary feather. Go ahead, you can hold it and see for yourself. Ready? And
it's not my birthday, but I have to listen.
It was a party popper all along. Happy birthday.
Oh
See
my
this?
goodness.
I got one of the paper streamers floating down. Now, make a wish and picture a birthday gift in your mind's eye as I light it. 3, 2, 1. Great. Very good. I know exactly what you're thinking now. The last step, put your hand inside my hat. Well, is it the gift you wanted?
The gift is your presence, Linny. Oh, I'm just happy that you're here. We already heard this one. Alright. I love you. We share a birthday. We share a birthday month. We were both born in February. I love you. I can't level you up enough. But I level you up. It's the principle of it. Alright, everybody. Well, this has been lots and lots of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and just move on over to this screen here. Hello, hello. Now I need to pull for Linny on his rerun. Yes, absolutely. I love him so much. I was very conflicted about pulling for him just because his presence, they mean the same thing. Yeah. You funny. But yeah. It was I was very torn because I literally want like everybody in Fontaine. Which of course I will be pulling for Neuvillette for sure. But Fremine is on the next banner, so I will be pulling until I get Fremine. So fingers crossed that I don't lose a ton of my savings for Neuvillette. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to wail. I will wail on Neuvillette. I'm not joking. I will. And then Rioxley coming next. That's already painful too. But I'm so happy I got him. So happy.
I just tell it like it
Alright,
is.
shush.
If someone can't handle it.
Quiet. But anyways, this has been lots of fun, and I'm really happy that I got to finish this quest today. On Sunday, we will be continuing with the next Archon Quest, so that's going to be fun. But before that, tomorrow I am going to be doing a little art stream, so not quite sure what I'll be drawing yet. Probably just some little doodles. Possibly Neuvillette, honestly, because I love him. But I am planning on doing an art stream tomorrow, and my waiting room will be up sometime either tonight or tomorrow, so yep. I will see you all then. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Geekling signing off, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys!